This weekend has been interesting. We've done a lot of cool things. I had to just split apart from ZAID this weekend and just go off on my own to Universal Studios Hollywood.
We'd like to do that.
Yeah, I revisited the tour and everything, which was freaking sick, by the way. Have you seen the movie Nope?
I have. Well, no, actually, the trailer.
You've only seen the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay, I just finished watching the movie. By the way, watch it. And if anyone hasn't seen it, immediately watch it.
It's about UFOs, huh?
Mm-hmm. Jordan Peele is one of the only directors right now that is taking it old school. Just masterful writing and great, fresh story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But he built like a new environment that we've never seen before. And it's these things that you see on like your 3 p.m. nap. You know when you have a dream during your 3 p.m. nap and you wake up and you're like, what the hell? And all you can see is lines on your face just imprinted from the carpet.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is you were laying on.
Tribal tattoos.
Exactly. I didn't even think of that. That is so funny.
That's what I've always referred to them as.
That is too funny. I've seen those patterns before on myself.
Sometimes it will look like a tribal tattoo. Like it'll have a circle type thing.
Yeah.
Like it looks like someone made it. So
I like that. That's actually so funny. But Nope, okay, is a phenomenal piece of cinema, I think, of film.
I heard mixed reviews on it.
Mixed reviews?
Yeah.
Why?
Some people hated it.
Well, these some people I do not want to be friends with.
Sure.
That's for sure. Because, at least from my perspective, like the way they filmed the night scenes was actually during the day. So they used night for day technique, right? Where they used 2 cameras, and I believe one was infrared. And they would take the negatives and somehow that would sell the effect more, and you would have a wide range of detail within that dark image. So the movie just looked fantastic, in other words.
Just every shot?
It was like at night, right? And you could see like the moon sky is so detailed. It's not like washed out or too dark or anything, right? Because they added layers of this for it to be that wide of range in like dynamic lighting.
The UFO scenes were pretty badass too.
Dude. So if you watch that movie, you know the sound was impressive. It rattled you more than anything because it accompanied the visuals very well.
Mm-hmm.
And being there at that amusement park, which was called, what the hell was it called? I completely forgot. But anyway, it had that kid.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, we had to respect the Mountain
respect
Valley.
the shot.
That kid, the balloon kid. I don't know if you saw that in the trailer at all, but it had like, and then there was like a string of ribbons.
I'm not sure.
Kind of like, you know how used car dealers have those ribbons that are colorful? Red, green, blue, white. And it's like, hey, we have grand opening. Come, yeah, those ribbons.
Come visit.
Those ribbons were the indicator of the UFO was coming, and it was whatever.
Oh, really?
But, yeah. I don't want to spoil too much, but essentially the tour had that. They had that set, and we went in it. And I was like, oh my God, I just watched this movie. And they were like, the tour kind of is immersive with the environment. So whoever's giving the tour, the radio started getting lower and lower.
That's badass.
And
I
you're like,
that.
what the hell? And then all of a sudden there's wind that they simulated. Okay. Just like the movie. And you feel like your hair moving.
Oh, what is that?
And you feel the sound and rumble from beneath you just all over. So it's like you're watching the movie again, but you're in the screen. I'm literally staring at all the props, even the kid from the movie and everything. And you know that whatever those symbolic little pieces that they added in the movie, they're all there.
Yeah.
If you've watched the movie, you know what they mean. So like,
that's what I like about Universal Studios. Like to go back and dig deeper into how the movie was made and to be on set and they add some extra things to it.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about in my mind.
It's simplicity. And then every time I visit, I always look at movies different now. I go, oh my God, every subway scene that I've seen where it was like there was a crash or there was something. It's all propped and it's all just like shot by shot planned mastery. And it's all fake.
Yeah.
Right? And the fakest stuff that you see on set, like you go, dude, that is so fake. How do you sell it on camera? That's where the mastery is.
Well, I'm just reminded because I watched a quarter of this movie before I got too tired and fell asleep. Pinocchio.
Okay.
By Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
The stop motion is awesome. And obviously you can tell it's stop motion, but the quality is just elite.
Pristine. Yeah.
It's like, how do they even, like, at what length do you have to go to in order to create that movie? How much time does it take to create 5 minutes of film with stop motion? It has to be a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. That takes me back to like some of my first classes taking in film school, and it was like a lot of stop motion. I remember. I had joined with a lab that did robotics at the time, so they built like a robot that they programmed and all that and coded, and I had them do like point A to point B type of stuff, and because with that, I was like, let me try a different type of stop motion. Instead of me moving it, it'll move itself depending on where I place the scene. Anyway, point is it takes a long time because you're physically going back and forth each frame to switch up, like, I don't know, centimeters, an inch. Sometimes if there's wind blowing in a scene, like you're just adding details, and then they have to shake or move a little bit. So it's like, it was difficult.
What's cool about the movie though is that it's stop motion mixed with CGI. Now,
okay, so that's different. That's probably frame blending, what they're doing.
Yeah.
Where they're messing, because they have multiple layers of digital, so they can mimic what used to take us forever. I guess it still takes you forever because you're adding in shaders and detail and color and all that to,
of course, yeah,
CGI. And yeah, they make it all all choppy, kind of like stop motion. So that's interesting. I didn't know. I thought it was like live action.
No, because this is what a friend told me, that it's a mix of CGI and stop motion. You can tell where the CGI is because it's just flawless. Like there's no boop, 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 boop.
That's sick.
But also what people don't consider, this isn't, like, I'd never considered this, but these are real puppets or figurines. They can break. Yeah. So if they break, you have to go back and redo it. That's a part of the process as well.
You see that as a problem.
But I think the OG of stop motion was a Nightmare Before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yes,
that was the OG.
It's very memorable. Yeah, at least to everybody, it's the most familiar, I would say.
It's iconic,
dude. What is up with this? You saw like Wednesday Adam too lately.
What's Wednesday Adam?
Dude, I was at Phil's Coffee yesterday, and I went to buy, and I went to the POS, put in my card. And then they have, like, obviously, like, their tip system that's digital. And then they have a different tip system where they're trying to be funny. It's like the team behind it. And immediately, there's, like, two characters. Just like Wednesday Addams from the new Netflix series. And then some other one. It's
what?
Like 2 tip jars. And it's like, what do you support? Wednesday or the other chick? And I'm like, I don't get it. But the point is that trends take off quick, dude. I don't know who's behind all of this. Like, who are the critics behind all this? Because... the Addams family, which is, what are they demonic? I don't know what the hell they are. I've never seen it, to be completely honest.
I wouldn't consider them demonic. I guess.
What are they? They're
black
family,
magic, I guess.
Black magic family of whatever.
Of weirdos.
Of weirdos, okay. And they're
sus
all...
boys. Sus boys and sus girls.
And they all wear like old school jail prison outfits, right? Yeah. The striped stuff. Anyway, so I don't get the whole point, but Netflix does this all the time. They release something and they go #1 show in America right now. And it's like, what?
I saw that, yeah.
It was just released seconds ago. How is it the #1 show in America? What's going on? Why are you guys selling it this hard? It's because it's their own platform. They can push that, you know?
So that might not actually be factual.
I don't think that's factual. I really don't. They make the trend based off of this bullshit number. They go #1 in America. And people just click.
I mean, yeah, it's their platform. It's not illegal to do that.
Exactly. So click.
Motherfuckers, bro.
Do you think that's a thing? I think so. Because
I think that's
half
real.
this stuff is mediocre, bro. There's no way. And then if you start a series, like if that's #1 and then like 2 weeks later is another #1, there's no way you finish that.
Bro, let me talk about this. We have a good amount of history talking shit on Netflix, okay? First of all, with their price.
We absolutely do.
Second of all, I forgot. But third of all, what is up with them introducing foreign films?
Foreign films?
I cannot find one film. It takes me like 5 minutes to find one that is not foreign, that I don't have to read, and that is like really well made in English. It's all either French, Portuguese, Spanish, you name it.
So you're saying their selection is diving towards international films now?
All foreign.
All foreign?
It's incredible how many of them are foreign.
Which is, I think that's good. But it's only good if we had the other side of the ratio, which was a decent amount of good movies too. Well, we know what they're doing studio-wise is good for them. You know, they're trying to, it's working. Yeah. People are still subbed and stuff. You know, people look forward to their movies. I don't think their productions are the best. because what happens when you mass produce?
Garbage.
Garbage. Yeah.
Typically.
So they ruined like what was it, The Irishman?
That movie was too
Scorsese's?
long. I didn't even watch that.
Wasn't that Scorsese's?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that was Scorsese's. That shows you I did not care after that, because I was like, if you're revisiting a mafia movie from the 80s and 70s and 90s, I don't think it's going to work out well for you right now.
These people need to know when to drop that.
Yeah. And when you see that they have like this running treadmill track of crappy movies with good actors,
Just one after another.
right? They're just terrible plots, terrible storylines. They wrap it up terribly.
Yeah.
The production's good, sure. And even then, I think it's too crispy. You know?
You know what movie I watched? Oh, what is it? What is it? It's come on, don't forget it now.
What?
It's about this folklore tale. But it's like real action. Troll.
Troll?
I watched Troll.
Are you
the movie.
serious?
It was
The baby dolls.
no. This was so apparently in like Swedish or Nordic folklore.
Okay.
Trolls are enormous,
trolls, like the creatures.
enormous creatures that are made of stone and rock.
Okay.
And they made a movie about this. I watched the entire movie, I guess because I was bored. And the way they made it was actually decent.
Really?
It was not bad.
Really?
Because there was there was a good storyline. There was a good amount of emotion portrayed. The CGI was solid. But that just goes to show. And that was like a Nordic film. So it was all like Swedish or whatever.
Yeah. And did it feel like a movie? Did it
Felt like a movie.
It felt like a film. It wasn't.
Not a top
There's
tier
a difference,
movie.
bro. Like we've discussed this with Ibrahim before, but it was like basically like MCU and all those movies. Those aren't really movies to me.
No.
Those are just things to slap on a screen.
It's a way to make money.
Yeah.
Let's
It's a
be
business
real.
tactic.
Yeah.
Right. We're venturing off this like the childish part of every adult and the children themselves
Mm-hmm.
to spend on gear and money and fandom.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But film is where it's at, I believe. And that's
What
where I'm
else?
trying to take it, dude.
What else about Universal?
Oh, bro. Okay, so the tour has changed. One of the sickest parts was really seeing the vehicles that were used in multiple movies, from Indiana Jones to the DeLorean to the old school Batmobile to, dude, everything. Even what is it? Is it the cataract? I don't know what it's called, but it's like from Jurassic World, that orb thingy.
Mm-hmm.
It's real.
Oh, really?
So like they have it there and they display them, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. The other part of Universal, I think that always blows my mind for some reason, is the Mummy.
The Mummy ride?
The Mummy ride. Even when you're in line, because it's like
I can't.
it's pyramid-like. You know how I feel about the pyramids, bro. So,
Yeah, I don't remember the Mummy ride.
dude. When
Is
you
that
walk in, it's just like torches of light. It's really dark, and it's just like the sounds of Anubis playing.
The sounds of Anubis.
You
You can be sure that Anubis wasn't a simp.
You know, just straight up. Wow, I'm
Yeah.
here with like 400 decibels of Yeah. It's cool.
Creates
And
atmosphere.
and it's creepy. You know, it's creepy and it's nice. And if you're a fan of the movie, like I was born in '94, so there was a batch of sick movies when I was aware. You know,
Yeah.
The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, that was, I think, the top lead like role I liked as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie just shined. You know, I even made fun of like this poor CGI when The Rock came through as the Scorpion and all that. Ugh. But generally speaking, that movie took you out of this world, put you in a different position, and it had perfect comedic relief to the nasty stuff and to the scary stuff.
That's what all great movies do.
Dude, it was like a whole rounded awesome movie, and being at the ride all the time, getting that instilled fear of you don't know what's happening because it's a dark ride, but it's also very visual, and it uses the same sounds as the movie, and you're in the same atmosphere.
Yeah.
It smells weird. Like you're like, I'm kind of in Egypt right now.
Did you?
It's cool.
You didn't post that much content, which is like unusual for you. So did you? Do you have things in your camera roll, or was it just more of like I'm gonna relax today?
I do. They're more personal. It's kind of like,
more personal.
but yeah, if you followed me if you followed my story, you probably would have seen the.
How was the burger at the?
The Krusty Burger, one of the best burgers I've ever had. I actually was discussing this with someone this morning. We were talking about burgers because we just saw The Menu last night, which is another fresh movie. I think everyone should watch it. You probably haven't heard of it, which is surprising, but it has the main guy Kingsman from Kingsman.
Oh, Kingsman from Kingsman. Oh,
yeah, that guy. What's his name?
I remember. I forgot his name, but I know him.
He's a dope dude. That movie, it will shock you. Don't think it is what it is. That's all I'm gonna say. But
by the way, you said it was closer to, like, it reminded you of Parasite.
Mm-hmm. He cooked a burger. Yeah, it reminded me of Parasite. Remember that. Cooked a burger, and that burger just looked so good that I have been craving a burger ever since. Fast forward, I am now having a conversation with someone about burgers at like stacked umami, freaking
In-N-Out, Five Guys.
In-N-Out, Islands, bro, anything, right? And they were like In-N-Out unmatched to what we saw in that movie.
Sure, yeah,
100%. Because those patties, bro, he rolled them up. You can tell there's oxygen in them. Like it's just
like
it's a
fluffy?
patty. They're fluffy and they're round, and he sticks it on the grill, and then he smashes it with a spatula, and it turns into like this misformed, natural formed patty.
Oh my god!
With crispy charred edge, bro. Like you just see it all, and then he melts the cheese perfectly on there. None of that processed shit, you know. And ever since then, I'm just like, dude, I need to go to Islands. I need a good juicy charred burger today.
Islands does have a pretty damn good burger.
But what the hell was the point of that? I'm just getting hungry at this point.
How good was the Krusty?
The Krusty Burger, yes. So it resembled that. The way the patty was and all that. They had a nice little brioche bun. Perfect. Didn't use anything else besides their special sauce. And then I had ketchup and mustard on the side. And their fries are like potato wedges. Bomb. Not gonna lie. And I was expecting to pay like $23, $25. It's Universal. You're out, you know. $13.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And if you have
Five Guys is way more expensive than that.
I got the 15% off because I'm a California resident. Got the pass.
Yes.
So beautiful. I spent it all day, and I had butterbeer at Hogwarts.
Butterbeer?
By the way, I know you're staring at me like, butterbeer? Butterbeer is amazing. It's really good.
It's not beer, of course.
And honestly, if you're going to get butterbeer, do not get the hot one. Or actually, maybe get the hot one or the complete opposite, which is ice cold. Don't get the soda one. Not worth it. The one that has ice on it, I swear to you, it's like a caramel vanilla beanie cream on top. It looks like beer foam, but it's not.
Oh my god.
And you taste it and you're just like, oh my god, this is so good. And you dig into the Slurpee, and the Slurpee tastes like this rich root beery, but not root beery, just the sweet side of it type of slushy. And it's just so good. Amazing. Yeah. They do amazing with that because they really sell it to you as the movie product.
We talk a lot about health on this podcast, but you know, at a certain point you got to enjoy yourself. So
yeah, I was told an interesting fact. Someone asked me, do you want to buy a wand, the Harry Potter wand? And I'm like, no, I'm good. Expecto Patron out of here, you know? Like
Patron your ass out of here. Expecto Petroleum.
Yeah. Expecto no spendo money here today. Anyway. And then he was like, it's actually pretty cool. You could turn on and off your like electronic devices at home with it. And I'm like,
what?
Okay, Expecto Patron.
It was like a 5G blocking wand?
I don't know, bro. But it turns on your TV. Like you can program it.
That's a trip.
And I'm like, okay, let's go back, you know? Like I'm down to see this. How much is it? 170, something like that. But
no,
I didn't buy it.
I'm not spending 170 on it.
I didn't buy it. I'd rather buy an official lightsaber, to be completely honest. Or an official like Batman helmet mask.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts on Universal?
No, dude. Other than that, I did want to just really quickly say Fred again has been there forever for me. He released an album during COVID called Actual Life.
Is this the new one?
Yeah. No, this is the old one.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the very first one. During that time, it was a very sensitive time for everyone, I'm sure. If it was for me, then I'm sure it was for ZAID and it was for everybody else. We don't know what the hell is going on, right? Live concerts were a thing, and at-home concerts were a thing, if you guys remember. Fred again was one of the first people that I actually sat through on accident, watched it all the way through. At the end, caught myself with tears. And I was like, dude, this was a solid album, and he made everything with the vocals of his friends He made music out of it. Highly recommend to check him out.
Very creative.
Fred again, actual life. He plays everything live. He stacks his sounds live for you. Check it out. Actual Life was his first album. He now has Actual Life 1, 2, and 3.
Show them that cover.
And 3 is now featured with artists like 070 Shake and Future, which is insane. This is the one I just bought.
Look at that. Look at that beauty.
Life. I cannot believe I was going to spend $670 on this used, but then he re-released it. It's the first one.
You got it for how much?
$23 plus shipping.
It's a
Go and check it out, man. Fred again. I love you. If you're listening to this, you are awesome. Keep killing it, brother.
Yeah. So that's Universal Studios. What did I do? Yesterday, I did a Spartan race.
Which I was supposed to go to, by the way. I missed my ticket, but... You
hear that?
Yes, sir.
It's the sound of a winner.
That's the sound of a winner, goddammit. Everyone give him a round of applause. If you're driving, do not do that. But
now, the Spartan race, a lot tougher than I thought it would be. They really do push you to your physical and mental limit.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one gripe about it, and that's they don't give you any idea of what the obstacles are going to be like before the race, which is problematic because...
leaves you in the dark.
The gripe that I had with the race is they didn't give you any form of like update as to what the obstacles were going to be. The obstacles included monkey bars, rope climbing, the 60-pound sandbag, which I mentioned. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's if anyone wants to join that race, it's a good test for your mental, physical, emotional capacity.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I love it. Dude, I kind of hate that. We literally, like, our recording device just died unexpectedly.
And it's a good recording device.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened, but kind of pissed me off because we had really good points there.
Yeah.
We could talk about how pissed off I am, or we could just keep it going.
We'll keep it going. I think where we left off there was we were getting into talking about the artificial intelligence, which is ChatGPT.
Oh my god, this has been insane because me and ZAID have been testing this out with, like, remember the what's it called? The thing that you showed me. He typed in to this AI chat. All he asked him was, "Tell me more about SAIED Ashur, who lives in California." And he said, "SAIED Ashur is a resident of Corona, California. He's an entrepreneur and business leader and is passionate about living. What the hell, bro? Helping people become successful. He is... Wow, my phone is acting up. Nothing's working.
And nothing is working today, man.
Hold on. God damn it. Okay.
It's one of those days.
It is one of those days. He is the founder and CEO of SAIED Ventures and also heads up the Ashur Foundation and a charitable organization focused on providing education and resources to underprivileged communities. He's a board member of the Corona Chamber of Commerce and is a member of the Corona Rotary Club, surprising, and is an active member of the local community. He's also an avid traveler and has visited many countries around the world. So to my surprise, I was just like saying that it's crazy to me that AI is essentially smarter than you. Okay. We can't call it dumb.
No.
Because I know it hasn't really, given me anything about today that is true. But can it accurately guess the sequences of your life that led you to be today and use that as an algorithm to create your future?
Potentially.
Okay. That's insane.
Once it gets better, I think so.
Yeah. And like another thing we were talking about was the fact that schooling, so like doing essays and stuff.
Yeah. If I was a kid who was in high school right now and I had this available to me, I'd just cheat my way through every essay I could. I'd have to do the legwork in terms of like finding citations and stuff, but this would make it so unbelievably easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can here, write me a 5,000 word essay on America. Let's see what it does. Let's see if it actually pulls it up. So it starts out with an introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Early history of America. Well, it didn't give me 5,000 words, I think, because I put it at maximum length. By the way, you can adjust everything too.
Really?
So maximum length, I put 256 characters, I guess.
Hell yeah.
It is absolutely insane. And
obviously sourcing and everything would be the heavy work.
Yeah, and this is a tool, so I think it can either make you smarter, it can make you more stupid. And there's a debate on Twitter right now about people who are using this to write Twitter threads. But in my mind, I'm like, with AI, you can't replace expertise in a human sense, at least not right now.
Mm-mm.
Like you can rattle off certain points about a health subject, for example, but you won't be able to describe the nuances of that subject, and you won't be able to help people with, the little idiosyncrasies and details, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So your question was, is it going to make people stupider, or smarter? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we could just keep the question as, does this make people smarter?
Yeah.
And obviously, but before we got cut off by this whole annoying recorder thingy, my point was that, yes, it makes you stupider. Right? In a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I think that our senses, like our 5 senses, would be diminished just with our daily practices, like how we choose to live. Okay. One of my points was the measuring scale that we use for people, as people too, to measure ourselves with society and other participants.
Mm-hmm.
We use knowledge as a key thing. How much do you know? Right. Today, we're trying to redefine it and call it a following. How many followers do you have? How much influence and power do you have?
How much money?
And that outweighs. I see a problem with that because you're forcing shut the real world out, but the real world is the real world, so you can't shut it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets to a point where I feel like if we focus so much on just being the best through all this information that we know now, because it's so easy to get, it's a really efficient way of learning because there's so much information out there that we actually learn nothing.
Yeah, it's very
because
real.
Our bodies just take time to process things. So what we were talking about was the ratio of your week is going to be more recovery days than it is days of output.
Right? It has to be with the amount of information.
Yeah, with the amount of information. If you believe that if this is your running scale of I need to be learning all the time and all this good stuff, you best believe there's going to be room for recovery. Yeah. So I think it's the way we choose to recognize the real world first, right? And organize yourself in a way to adapt to learning about specific things.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree.
Yeah. Because nowadays you talk to anyone and it's just, there's no conversation. There's no conversation being held. It's about fact stating.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why more people are staying inside. I would say a lot of friend groups are being destroyed. It's just the root of it is everyone is self, technically. I feel like. And when you have things like AI and you can learn anything at any time, write me a thread about the pyramids of Egypt, write me a 6,000 page essay about this, write me a book about
6,000 page essay, bro.
Write me a book about me being out of my mind, for example. Yeah. It'll generate that and you can actually think about it. You can make moves with that. But do you genuinely think you are smart? If you do, that's when I have a problem because you're not smart.
You're just downloading info.
I know for a fact because I know that as a human being with a human body, there's a processing time and processing way for you to be considered masterful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's just too much. People are going to disagree. People are going to be like, nah, you're just jealous of us getting shit done. No, it's not.
It's so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
You can't mimic expertise with tech.
When I die, I don't want to die online. I want to die in the real world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all these BS funerals that we see online, it's BS. Most funerals are going to be literally your bloodline.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what matters. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be the guy if I were to go to a different circle of friends and be like, oh, so-and-so died. And they'd be like, who? But in your world, it makes sense. Then that is not the real world.
No, I agree.
You know?
I
know some people that don't know Kobe died. They don't even know who Kobe is. You know why? Because they're that much into the real world.
Yeah, they're just not focused on social media as a whole.
Yeah.
But this, I think this will be our final topic, considering all the technical malfunctions.
Yes, sir. It's telling us battery low, even though it's not.
Anyways, hopefully we'll get through this.
Yes,
but
sir.
I want you to watch this video. It's
down.
1 minute and 27 seconds long.
Let's see this.
And it's fucking insanity.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year. Ectolife allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to their surfaces. Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation.
So over 400 pods per... What the hell? Wait, okay.
That is a commercial for an artificial womb facility that was featured at CES 2023.
Okay, tell me you watched Matrix without telling me you watched The Matrix.
Exactly.
Where do I look?
Like...
That's insane.
It looks so dystopian. A lot of people would think that this is a good thing. This looks dystopian as hell.
This looks okay. Who is this? Is this a Chinese company?
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
Ectolife, I'd have to do research on them, but this is scary.
This is scary. Okay, I think we're gonna leave that for the next episode because this is.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
It's
we're
like
gonna look more into Ectolife because that was what the hell was that, dude? If you guys saw that, please subscribe right now.
And just wait for the next episode. We'll talk about it.
But that is because some people have surgically removed their uterus. What? I was so confused by it.
Point is, like, they're trying to take birth into their control. The same way they've taken money into their control.
Uh-oh. Guys, we have a problem. And if you want to hear about this problem, I think you should subscribe now because we're going to be definitely talking about this the next episode.
Yeah, this is sus.
Ectolife? This is very sus. God, dude, I can think of so many things that I want to talk about right now.
Anyway, send us out.
All right, guys, you know where to find us. It has been a good morning here in Corona, California at the 2 a.m. podcast headquarters. If you liked what you heard today or saw, please subscribe on our YouTube channel at the 2 a.m. podcast. Pick up an extra wallet using code 2am to save up to 30% off any of their items, which is awesome.
Link in the bio.
Yes, man. Anything else? I think we are good.
We're good.
All right, guys. We will catch you next time. Peace.